The farthest human-made item, the Voyager 1 spacecraft from NASA, is in the area between stars known as the stars. People have always been curious concerning the universe both above and below them. One is the burning need to learn more of humanity's most admirable qualities, and it will continue to have a significant impact. Hello and welcome to KYC News. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Due to the effects on the species, people's interest in learning more knowledge about the cosmos than ever before, it is true that our comprehension of the universe is finite, but that hasn't prevented humanity from seeking knowledge. Its biggest riddles and closer detail missions launched by the likes of Voyager Aeronautics and Space Administration has facilitated our learning. Without a fortunate outcome about the universe, combination of two of the greatest, the most stunning spacecraft to launch possibly never have taken off. Considering this situation, the four largest our solar system's planets substituted for both probe stars have been extinguished. 45 years in space and are still going. Some scientists are even this way. That is more recent than the Voyager spacecraft and active utilization of the data it contains gathered to provide information about the universe outside of our solar system. Recently, Voyager 1 discovered an oddity. What precisely is this new discovery? Where are the probes at this time? There may be issues with this spacecraft. In the not-so-distant future, meet today's episode will make all of this clear. Traveling for 45 years, and video, it takes its toll on the solar system. The Voyager 1 spacecraft is a ship, which a NASA rocket launched in 1977, has more distance than ever before, entered a part of space called in 2012. Interstellar space is now 23.3 or 14.5 billion miles away. And while Voyager 1 is still in excellent condition, mission specialists have learned that it seems to be confused about its place in space without going into switching to safe mode or another alert. This kind of uncertainty is sort of expected. The Voyager's course at this time, Project Suzanne Dodd, per the mission Voyager 1 and its twins management Voyager 2 with jet propulsion from NASA Californian Laboratory, the spacecraft both nearing the age of 45, which beyond what the mission planners anticipated. Dodd said, and we're in high radiation level and intergalactic space environment that is unique to spacecraft flown in before. The issue exists. Acts in Voyager 1 is the system in charge for preserving the proper alignment antenna of the spacecraft is getting orders, executing them, and communicating the same science data to Earth. Signal quality is normal, so the AX seems to be operating normally. But the AAPC is transmitting worthless data to the spacecraft's telemetry. A time frame for the issues for the operators beginning and duration are not specified in the agency's NASA announcement. Said that the Voyager crew would continue researching the issue and looking for find a remedy or workaround. Here is an arduous task because it now requires a 20 hours and 33 minutes after Earth's signal minutes to get to Voyager 1. Also getting the spaceship to respond the same period of time as NASA reported that the Voyager 2 had no problems. Twin spaceship that was also started in 1977 with the goal of extending life past there of the twin spacecraft. The mission's anticipated retirement in 2025 team has turned off a few systems in scientists' efforts to save energy. Considered that the sun's edge ongoing movement of particles and its magnetic field denotes the beginning of Voyager 2 will reach interstellar space in 2018. Made history's first spaceship to ascend into interstellar space when NASA first noticed the spaceship over 17.7 billion kilometers away from the sun until the present. The sole spacecraft that will travel interstellar space area for the two explorers and Voyagers have looked into the connection, a steady stream of solar wind between of charged particles that the sun emits, as well as the interstellar medium, a bubble of light to illuminate the heliosphere of plasma that encircles our solar system. By offering information on its heliosphere composition and dynamics is a section of the solar system that is created by solar wind, and it is prone to continuous change by the interplanetary space forces. The heliopause distinguishes between the intergalactic space and our solar system medium beyond it, Researchers have combining data and observations from Voyager from more recent missions to obtain a more full representation of our Sun and how the interstellar interactions with the heliosphere space. NASA said that scientists recently the year Voyager 1 had detected a buzzing sound that they think is concerning waves observed in little concentrations of gas found in the remote, almost deserted reaches of planetary space at NASA Capitol is Washington, D.C. Nancy Fox handles the heliophysics for the organization study. She stated this in a commendation for the travelers their assistance in helping us understand of the Sun's function in influencing the Voyager mission's solar system been crucial in providing this knowledge and have enhanced our knowledge of the Sun and it's in ways that no other spacecraft can. Fox remarked that during the past 45 years the system that uses thermoelectric electricity each Voyager's engine is fed by with the decay of the plutonium decreases the Voyager's heat output there is less power available. NASA reported the crew turned off all superfluous equipment, many of which were already the ones deemed crucial. Among these include heaters to prevent objects from shutting down in the frigid environment. NASA's Voyager 1 is on a fraught and unknowable journey into deep space. Some 14.6 billion miles from Earth, it and its sister craft, Voyager 2, are the furthest human-made objects from our planet, having made it beyond the edges of the solar system and out into the interstellar medium. At such distances, anything can go wrong. Add to that the fact that these are old craft, the Voyagers launched in the 1970s. So when Voyager 1 started to send home weird, garbled nonsense instead of telemetry data in May of this year, NASA engineers might have been forgiven for calling it a day and pouring one out for perhaps the most successful space mission of all time. But that's not how NASA works. Instead, they started working on a remote diagnosis and fix for the record-breaking spacecraft. Now, some 4 months later, they are triumphant. Voyager 1 is back online and communicating perfectly with ground control as if it never happened. In fact, the fix turned out to be relatively simple, or as simple as anything can be with a 22-hour communications lag in each direction and billions of miles of space in between. Cruising in interstellar space, the 45-year-old spacecraft appeared to be operating shockingly well and was transmitting reams of data back to Earth. But in mid-May, Voyager 1's onboard system responsible for keeping its high-gain antenna pointed at Earth, known as the Attitude Articulation and Control System, or AACS, started beaming home confusing jumbles of data instead of the usual reports about the spacecraft's health and status. From our viewpoint, it appeared as if the spacecraft had developed something like an electronic version of aphasia, a condition that causes the loss of fluent speech. The data may appear to be randomly generated, or does not reflect any possible state the AACS could be in, explained NASA in a statement from the time. Even more bafflingly for engineers, Voyager 1 appeared to be in perfect condition despite the spacecraft's bizarre status reports. The radio signal from the ship remained strong and steady, which meant the antenna was still pointed at Earth, and not in whatever configuration the AACS was claiming it was in to NASA in the reports. Similarly, Voyager 1 science systems kept gathering and transmitting data as usual, without any of the same strangeness affecting the AACS. And whatever was wrong with the AACS didn't trip a fall protection system designed to put the spacecraft in safe mode when there's a glitch. Thankfully, NASA engineers diagnosed the problem. And with the diagnosis, they could employ a cure. For the last decade, Voyager 1 has been cruising in interstellar space, beyond the reach of our Sun's magnetic field. The field had offered the craft a little protection from cosmic rays and other interstellar radiation, much as Earth's magnetic field offers some protection from high-energy particles and radiation from the Sun. Cosmic rays are known to interfere with electronics here on Earth. When one of those high-speed energetic particles strikes a computer chip, it can cause small memory errors, which add up over time, and it's reasonable to expect that to be an issue for Voyager 1's onboard computers. 2. A mystery like this is sort of par for the course at this stage of the Voyager mission, said Voyager 1 and 2 project managers Suzanne Dodd in a statement dated to May. The spacecraft are both almost 45 years old, which is far beyond what the mission planners anticipated. We're also in interstellar space, a high radiation environment that no spacecraft have flown in before. We'll need to wait and see what new perils encounter Voyager next on its travels and what new discoveries await.
Yeah, yeah.